The festive season has just ended. The streets were alive with twinkling lights, homes decorated with holiday cheer, and there was a warm embrace of celebrations everywhere. For many, it was a time to reconnect with friends and family, to create memories, and to bask in the joy of togetherness. However, not everyone shared that experience. For many, the festival period highlights a period of emptiness that cannot be ignored. Loneliness is real, and it becomes even more pronounced when the world around you is immersed in celebration. Now, living abroad, my dear friends, can seem like a dream come true for many, doesn't it? There are plenty of opportunities, better living standards, and of course, the promise of a brighter future. But as with everything, there is another side to the story. There is a price to be paid that not many people talk openly about. When faced with challenges in a new land, doubts slowly begin to creep up into your life and can leave you sometimes questioning your decisions. Now, it does happen to us quite regularly, so I thought I'd talk about it in this video. When I recollect things back home and think, wow, I have a home with a garden here compared to just an apartment back home. But at other times, I think, wow, I've got to mow the grass myself. Now, we constantly face this dilemma, my dear friends. Today, I want to share the unspoken dilemmas that we face as expats and explore possibly how to turn these into opportunities. Now, firstly, and undeniably, living abroad offers a unique sense of freedom. We come here to escape the chaos of home, enjoy cleaner streets, breathe cleaner air, and have the chance to create life on our own terms. It's a fresh start, surrounded by definite opportunities to grow. But this peaceful life can many times feel isolating. Now imagine your favorite festival back home, be it Christmas or Diwali. All your relatives are gathered and laughter fills the air, and you are sitting halfway across the world, staring at your phone and try to watch it all unfold, either through a video call or see some photos shared by friends and family. Now the silence alone can feel deafening. Although both my wife and I are confident in our professional fields, personally we are quite introverted, and for us, making new friends or blending with the social fabric is a huge task. And it leaves us grappling with loneliness that we never expected. Now, very often, my dear friends, when expats talk about feeling lonely or struggling abroad, we are met with a dismissive suggestion. If it is so hard, why don't you just go back home? I wish life were that simple. Now, people move abroad for a number of reasons. Some for work opportunities that are unavailable in their home countries, some to provide their children with a better education, others to escape political or social challenges back home, and some move away from their family to ensure a better life for the same people that they have left behind. For some, it is a choice, but for many, it can even be a compulsion. So let's not forget about that. So the intention of the video, my dear friends, is not about dismissing these struggles or even trivializing anybody's choices. It is about trying to address these issues sensitively and with an understanding that loneliness and challenges abroad are real, and finding ways to overcome them. Now, one thing, my dear friends, that has worked for us is to identify and appreciate the people who like spending time with us as much as we like spending time with them. Now, hosting or attending cozy co-celebrations and virtual video celebrations with family back home for events such as birthdays, Christmas, Diwali, etc. has helped us slightly bridge the distance. The second aspect I want to talk to you about is children and schools and the silent struggles we face. So one of the main reasons we moved abroad when the opportunity was presented was for the daughter. Okay? For children, moving abroad often means access to better schools, modern resources, and exposure to a multicultural environment. Now, it's an experience that can broaden their horizons and give them more opportunities to thrive than we had as children. But the flip side to this isn't always as visible. Adjusting to a new school system can be tough. I don't know about children, but certainly for us as parents, it definitely is. Being the only child of color in a class or trying to explain their unique tradition to their peers can feel isolating sometimes. Simple matters such as dressing up in Indian attire cannot happen often. Wearing bangles or bindis for my daughter are reserved for occasions, and these are often mixed with curious and mostly very complimentary remarks. While at home, we try our best to teach and preserve Indian culture, at school, they try to fit into another, therefore constantly creating a tug-of-war between identities. Now, my dear friends, home is not just a place, it is a feeling. And for children that live abroad, it is a feeling that they sometimes struggle to find. Now, as parents, navigating this duality is equally challenging. Not just understanding the school system, but ensuring that your child feels included and balancing cultural preservation with social integration is a steep learning curve. Living abroad introduces us to cultures and traditions that can enrich our lives. You begin to appreciate things such as punctuality, organized systems, and even the quiet beauty of a Sunday morning. For us, thankfully, even a Saturday morning. From discovering new cuisines to participating in local traditions, it is a chance to expand our worldview and find beauty in diversity. Honestly, I think that more of us trying to find these varied experiences will show how similar we intrinsically are despite our differences in language, culture, and traditions. Having said all this, my dear friends, there is no denying the fact that a cultural gap can also leave you feeling out of place. We live in a largely British white neighborhood, and we are constantly reminded that we are different. Whether it is navigating small talk at social gatherings or figuring out unspoken rules, it can sometimes feel like a challenge. Sometimes you can miss the little things that made life back home uniquely yours. Street vendors shouting, the smell of samosas and fried snacks on a rainy evening, or even neighbors that will drop by unannounced. The quiet and loneliness here, while it is lovely, can feel unnervingly sterile at times. Ironically, you miss what you once took for granted. For example, we live just slightly outside the city center, and Indian food availability is quite limited in our area. There are some good ones in the city center, but they only offer deliveries within a limited radius. But hey, looking at the bright side, a good samosa is only a 30-minute drive away. Living abroad can teach us resilience and independence. We learn to solve our problems on our own, adapt to challenges, and gain a newfound appreciation for life's simple pleasures. We learn to manage our households, balance work and life, and gain a sense of accomplishment in doing it all. But here's the thing, my dear friends, it can sometimes be more out of necessity than out of choice. It is exhausting. Now, hiring domestic help, something which is so commonplace in India, is a luxury abroad. You become the cook, the cleaner, the driver, and the repair person all in one. Weekends are spent scrubbing the bathroom, doing laundry, and tending to the garden. By the end of the day, we are too drained to even enjoy the weekend. That burnout and frustration can slowly sneak up on you. While independence is empowering, it is also a double-edged sword. You learn to value every little moment of rest because those moments can be rare. Now, as a family, we've started observing No Chores Day for one weekend every month, just to recharge and to do something that is more fun as a family. Now, small changes such as these can help us incredibly. Now, please do let us know if you have any other ideas that you do in order to help you escape from the monotony. Now, not everything is doom and gloom, my dear friends. There is a good news. Every challenge comes with an opportunity. Now, living abroad doesn't just teach us resilience, it also gives us the tools to build a life that blends the best of both worlds. Our daughter's got a busy week. From doing guides on Mondays to tuitions, to learning Bharatanatyam and practicing netball, her calendar is jam-packed. Now, these exposures help her build friendships and embrace the dual identity. It is remarkable how young children fit into both their home as well as holiday surroundings with equal ease. Schools often have support systems and they take their roles quite seriously. My dear friends, don't hesitate to reach out and advocate for your child in case you identify that your child needs some extra support. It is slightly more tricky for us as adults to find ways to connect with people, but it is absolutely essential. Now, joining cultural associations, volunteering, or even joining groups that align with our interests is a great starting point. For example, there might be yoga groups, walking groups, quiz groups, or even book reading groups in your area. Find one that interests you. And you can even strike up a conversation with your neighbors. You might find that you actually share a lot more in common with them than you had initially expected. Now, building bridges, my dear friends, doesn't mean losing yourself. It just means enriching your life. And in my humble opinion, don't forget to stay rooted. Regular calls with family, celebrating festivals in your own simple way, or teaching the children about their heritage can create a sense of belonging no matter where in the world you are. Yes, my dear friends, living abroad does come with challenges, but it also is an opportunity for growth. It is important to acknowledge the struggles and take small, intentional steps to create a life filled with connection, purpose, and joy. Remember, there are a lot more people on a similar path such as you, so you're not alone in this journey. So if you've faced similar experiences, share your story in the comments. Together, we can try and create a global Desis community that can support and uplift one another. If this kind of content resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Global Desis channel for more real-life experiences and stories from Desis around the world.